Hi there, it's Ian from Jim Wolf PT, and today's the day for a live, so I hope you enjoy it. And today's title is The Secret Weapon for Your Health and Fitness Success. So, what is that secret weapon? First of all, before we get started, it is great to have you here. Please note that I'm streaming this to a number of different platforms. So if you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I won't be answering them during this live event, so I will get onto them afterwards. So any questions you've had, either put them in the comments, or if you want to direct message me on any of the social medias, do so, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, which will probably be straight after the event. So because I'm a bit sad like that, and I get on social media straight away. So yeah, great to have you here, and let's get started. So what is this secret weapon? Well, it's having a fitness coach and a supportive community, and having really accountability. And you probably hear this word a lot, accountability. And some people value it, some people not as much. I'm going to discuss what real accountability is in terms of health and fitness, and how it really is a game changer when you have that in place. So why accountability? What is it? What is accountability when we talk about health and fitness? Well, people have fitness goals, and they need sometimes motivation. People who know me will know that I always talk about routine and habits more than motivation, but there's no getting away from the fact that to get started or on certain days, motivation can be powerful. And everybody, some people have motivation at higher levels more of the time, but everybody has dips where the motivation will drop down. And at these points, accountability from coaches, friends, relatives, and also a supportive community can be powerful. Likewise, when you are motivated and doing things or ready to do things, that accountability of having people going, yes, go on then, do this, or yeah, let's do this, and let's put it, not just let's take that motivation and really utilize it to its best. That is where accountability can go in, because some people get really motivated. Yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to train 6 days a week, and then the reality of hits home of, well, how do I actually do that? And then the motivations can drop. So the accountability can be, like I say, from a fitness coach, it can be from community. Ideally, you'd have both, even friends and relatives. But like I say, if someone says, right, I'm really motivated, I'm going to get in shape, and I'm going to train every day, I'm going to do an hour and a half every day, I'm going to eat perfect, all this lot, the fitness coach will hopefully say, no, we don't need to train every day, and we don't need to eat perfect every single day. Let's put this in place. Let's put this right. Now, you say you can do every day. Let's do 5 days a week. Say you can do for an hour and a half, 2 hours. We don't need to do that. Let's do for an hour. And let's build that routine. And if we want to step it up later, we can do. But let's make it realistic and keep them motivated, but keep it feasible and realistic. So that's one part of it. Then providing, again, this is mainly to do with a fitness coach, providing a structured plan that is adapted through time and hopefully progressed. There's a lot of people and programs out there and things you can buy, which is, a lot of people call them cookie clutter. I call them a one fits all, where you get a plan and either it stays the same or there's incremental step ups, which, don't get me wrong, it works for some people, it's better than nothing. But in terms of health and fitness, progression at the right rate is important. And what I mean by that is, if I have a client and we set off, and 2 weeks in, they say, Ian, it's going great, but it's not challenging me enough. I don't want to then say, well, we make a change at 6 weeks and say, just keep going till then. If at 2 weeks they're ready to progress, then I will change it and progress it. Likewise, say they're really pushing it from the start, and at 6 weeks, that's where a normal program suddenly says, right, now we need to step it up. If that individual at that point is going, step it up, I want to step it down, it's pushing me to the limits, then the complete wrong thing to do by a fitness coach or just a generic program is just to step it up and make it harder still. That is where people tend to give up, lie and say they're doing it when they're not, or literally push through and then get injured or break down. That is not right. So accountability in the form of a fitness coach and in terms of workouts should be structured to the individual, structured to their experience, their goals, but also their health, their longevity, their mental health. There's so many things that a coach should take into account, not just that's the goal and that's what that person said they can do, because a lot of people overestimate what they can do. Some people underestimate it. It's there for your coach to say, right, we know what your goal is, we know what you said you can do. Now let's find out what you actually can do that will get you to the goal, and let's move it in a way that will work for you without the risk of you becoming unmotivated, injured, giving up. And that's what proper accountability from a fitness coach looks like. And again, accountability from a fitness coach, but also from community and other people, should be in the form of making sure that person is consistent and don't fall off the wagon. I would say if you do fall off the wagon, to get straight back on the wagon. That's the key. And when I say wagon, I'm not talking about an actual wagon or a not drinking wagon. I'm talking about the plan. Because consistency is really important. And going back to that first point, consistency for me trumps most of the things. And what I mean by that is, say someone says, I can work out 5 times a week. Every week I can do that. And they set off, they do 5 days. And then the second week they do 4. The third week they do 3. Then the fourth week they might do 5. The following week they might do 2. And they do a 4. That is not consistency. And although you might think, oh, for getting the workouts in, me as a coach, I would like that person to, or to agree with that person, right, let's do 4 workouts a week or 3 workouts a week, but we get them in each and every week. Bar if you're really ill or injured, but we get that out. And that to me is more powerful. Doing 3 workouts every single week, week in, week out, is better than someone doing 5, 2, 3, 4. Even though they might be getting the same amount of workouts in or even more, that is not consistency, and that does not work well for most people. And it doesn't work well for the mind. Mind is a complex thing, and if you say you're going to do 5 and you do 3 or 4, the mind will see it as a failure and you're off track. And that, and being off track often leads to being more off track. Someone who says I can do 3 and does 3, they're on track. Even though they're doing less than the previous person who said they could do 5 and they're only doing 4, they're on track. And that is a powerful thing. And again, as a coach, that accountability to keep people consistent but also realistic is key. So, fitness coach, what should your fitness coach do? And when I talk about fitness coaches, I'm obviously an online coach now. I coach people all around the world. I'm just showing my nipples for some reason. I think I need a new vest. And I train people and coach people all around the world. But I also have been a one-to-one personal trainer in the past. So I'm sort of talking about both one-to-one personal training and online personal training. And what your fitness coach should be there to do is guide you to what to do and what not to do, because there's a lot of things you shouldn't be doing that it's easy to go down the route of, particularly with social media these days. Every day, if you go on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and that, and usually not as bad, but there's still things on there, Facebook, your head can be turned constantly with, oh wow, I need to try this. This person's saying, oh, this is the only thing that works. I need to try this. Your fitness coach should not be putting you on the latest fads or putting you on the latest pills or diets or whatever. It should be proven, logical, working towards your goals with measurements and indicators of progress and indicators to say when you're on track, when you're off track, and when you're off track to put you back on track quickly. It's not, a coach shouldn't be saying, oh yeah, I've heard about this thing, let's give this a go. I've heard about this new cabbage soup diet, let's just give that a go for a few weeks. No, your coach should be consistent. Consistency, right? Your goal is here. We know if we do these things, we'll get you to it. And there might be deviations along the way. You're human. You have challenges just like everyone else. But as long as we make adjustments when then challenges come, we will get you to the goal. That's what a fitness coach should do. Not be saying, oh, yeah, maybe try this, maybe try that. Yeah, I've heard about this. I saw this on TikTok last night. Let's give that a try. That's not what a fitness coach should do. You should have a minimum tailored workouts. And what I mean by tailored is they're not the standard one fits all. They are tailored specific to you, your goals, your experience, how long you can spend on your workouts. It should all come down to you, your goal, and all that. And like I say, your coach should do that. And I often hear coaches or people on social media saying, oh, you have to do this exercise. Deadlifts is a good example. You have to deadlift. Oh, deadlift, best exercise out there. You have to deadlift. Deadlifting is a great exercise. I've done deadlifting for years. Don't do it so much now, but great exercise. But a lot of people fear deadlifting. So if someone's new to fitness and they've got something where they say, deadlift, I just don't really fancy that. You've got a coach saying, just do it, just get on it. It's the best exercise. That is not the right thing. That is not tailored. That is the coach taking the easy option of saying, well, I know that's a good exercise. Let's just give it. Everyone gets the same. Just get on with it. That is not tailored. Tailored is to the individual. Likewise, nutrition should be tailored. And nutrition obviously is a difficult one because people have their own likes and dislikes. But again, there are lots of ways to achieve a goal. It's not just a simple, right, this is the only way you do it. There are key rules that have to be in place for nutrition goals to be reached, but there's different vehicles to get there. And again, some coaches, some people and influencers get stuck in the mind of there is only one way. I hear a lot with keto or even intermittent fasting. Some people talk like intermittent fasting is a diet. Intermittent fasting isn't a diet. It's simply just if you reduce the amount of time you can eat, a lot of people eat less. The flip side to that is some people intermittent fasting has a opposite effect on that. If they've only got a short length of time to eat in each day, they eat more because they binge and they eat the wrong things in excess. So people who ever say, oh, the only way to do this or the only way to achieve this is intermittent fasting or keto or the South Beach diet or cutting out carbs or whatever, that's not the case. The fundamentals stay the same, but there's different vehicles. And with my clients, we'll discuss what are the likes, what are the dislikes. I mean, I work with people who are pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, have certain allergies. That has to be factored in. Has to be factored in. But then we discuss why we have to do certain things. And again, and I use it sometimes where I'll say, we'll take into account your likes and dislikes. But again, there's got to be the coach is there to work for you and to get you the results in a healthy and realistic and an honest way. So if a coach suddenly says you can, so like I say we work to your likes and dislikes. But any coach who says, right, you don't have to give up alcohol, which is something I will say to most people, dependent on the goal. Obviously, if the goal is to be on stage doing a bodybuilding contest in 8 weeks' time, they probably would have to give up alcohol. Or if they want to do a physique competition or a photo shoot, then it would be giving it alcohol. But for most people, that's not what they want. They want to make changes, they want weight loss, perhaps energy, they want to gain some muscle. Then moderation is the key. But when we say likes and dislikes, if someone says, I drink a bottle of wine every single day and I don't want to stop that, but I want to lose this weight and I don't want to give up having a takeaway every night and I'm not willing to drink water and this, and this, your coach has to say, as a coach, you've got to say, well, you're not going to reach your goals like that. There's going to have to be some give and take. Yes, you don't have to cut down alcohol. Sorry, you don't have to cut out alcohol completely, but you have to have it in moderation. And a bottle of wine every single night is not moderation. So we'd change it and we'd say, right, maybe it's a glass of wine a night, or maybe you have that bottle of wine, but you only have it on this night and this night. There's lots of things, but a coach has to be realistic. Think about your health as well as your goal. So that's what I mean by it. A coach should do tailored workouts, tailored nutrition, and be relevant, efficient, and at the right level for the individual. Because we're all at different levels. We're all at different starting points. That doesn't mean people are better or worse than others. It's just they're at different starting points. Some people start early in their life doing health and fitness. Some people middle age, whatever, even older, suddenly get into health and fitness or realize they have to get healthier and fitter. Whatever, we work to the person level at that point. As they progress, things progress with them. Right, myths. What do we hear when people talk about fitness coaches? You hear a lot of people say, why would I need a fitness coach? I can get everything I need off the internet. Well, looking at it that way, you could probably say that about most things, couldn't you? You can go on the internet and probably service your car, MOT your car. You could probably find a video on YouTube of how to remove your teeth or whatever, but you don't. You leave it to an expert. And yes, there is a lot of good stuff on the internet, and likewise, there's a lot of bullshit on the internet. There's a lot of lies on the internet. There's very little moderation. I know you might think it's getting better on some of the platforms when they put a false information thing underneath, but there's a lot of misinformation out there. And for someone who to come on and just say, right, yeah, I've got this fitness goal, I'll go on the internet and find out what I'm going to do. How do you know which is right? How do you know which is wrong? Because unfortunately, there's a lot of sources out there peddling incorrect things who look genuine and sound genuine and sound like they know what they're doing. And it can make sense. It really can. Sometimes I think, I went, really? Let me just look into that. The person sounds absolutely like they know it, but it's not right. So, yes, the stuff's out there on the internet, but you would have to wade through and trial and error. And a lot of people usually see the internet as the quick fix. It's, oh, well, I'll just get straight on with it, find it. It usually ends up being the longest thing they ever do, where they'll go on the internet, try something, make the mistakes, go back, look again, try something else, and eventually, might be months or even years, I need an expert now. Like, put yourself through that. If you've got a goal and you want to achieve that goal in an efficient, healthy way, then go for the professional straight away. Who's going to just say, forget all this zigzagging all along, all these circles you're going around, let's go straight to it. Let's go straight to that goal in the most efficient, the correct way, the healthy way, the least risk of injury way. Let's go there. And that coach, like I've said, will create you personalized plans. They'll give you correct guidance. They'll give you help and support and it won't be generic advice that's aimed at the millions or billions. It's aimed at you. The advice the coach is giving you is specific for you. It's not for everybody in England or everyone in Europe or everyone in the world. It's for you. And another myth, or is it a myth? Probably won't call this a myth, but a lot of people, why do I need a coach? I can work out on my own. Yeah, you can, and some people do, and some people get success. But when you're in a session and you're not feeling it, or you've no plan in place, or you just say, right, today I'm going to do my biceps and whatever, and you go, what should I do now? What should I do now? That is not conducive to get progress. It's not progressive overload. It's not going into a gym and knowing what you're going to do, and knowing that someone's looking at it either in person or online. They're going to be looking at your results, and it's not comparing against the previous week, and it's not making sure it's testing you and challenging you, making sure it's feasible but also challenging you. The human mind, and I'm exactly the same. If I'm not working to a plan, and I'm not working not just to goals, but to a plan and a workout plan, it's easy for me to go into the gym and think, right, I'll go in and I'll do this. And I might feel like I'm working hard, but subconsciously I'll be picking the exercise I like. I'll be pushing it just far enough. I'll not be trying to beat anything or to hit a target that's in place there. I won't be doing that. I'll be doing stuff. And like I say, sometimes that's subconsciously. You might say, well, no, I'm working really hard. I'm doing my biceps. You will be picking the exercises you like and avoiding exercises that might be what you need and are testing you. So a coach gives you all that. And they keep, like I say, I keep saying accountability, but that's what they do, and they help you overcome obstacles. Benefits of a fitness coach. I'm repeating myself here, but repetition is good when it's the correct repetition. So like I say, they will customize your workouts and nutrition plans and make sure they are right for you. A fitness coach should have regular check-ins, whether that's online, in person, on a call, regular check-ins, and track progress, and more importantly, adjust things as and when needed and not at set times. It shouldn't be, right, you've done this for 4 weeks, we change it automatically. No, we change it at the point that we think, right, we need to step you up, or we need to sidestep you, or sometimes even regress you. That's what your coach needs to do. And the coach is there, like I say, to sometimes provide motivation, sometimes provide support, sometimes to give you a little bit of a kick, sometimes if needed, or to just say, come on, we can do better than this, and to push through challenges. And like I say, challenges will come up, and the coach might have to change things significantly. I mean, sometimes I'll work with a client and we start off with a clear goal, and we say, right, we can work out 4 times a week, and then life changes dramatically. Something, event happens in the life, change of job, something, problems with family, whatever, and we change it. And a coach should do that. They shouldn't just say, well, just get on with it. Just get on with it. We don't care what your issues are, whatever. If there are genuine issues or genuine life challenges, your coach should help you navigate through them and adjust things accordingly for those times. And we all have times sometimes that aren't standard, and the coach has to be aware of that. And that's where communication is key. If you're not communicating with your coach, and likewise your coach isn't communicating with you, it makes it difficult. Communication is key. Community support. So what do I mean like that? I've talked about coaching a lot. There is power in having a community to support you, whether that's verbally, online, or just knowing that you're in a group of people who have similar goals or similar viewpoints or have a priority with health and fitness is powerful, because in life and in society, we're often around people who might not have the same goals or views or priorities as us. I know a lot of my friends, they've been big drinkers for years. Their weekends, they always involve the pub or whatever. And when I've sometimes said, "Oh no, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I'm at the gym thing, or I'm doing a competition ring," they pull the face, and they're still my friends. But having people around you all that say, "Wow, done, that's brilliant, Ian, you're doing this. Oh, I love the fact you're doing this challenge or this event or this thing this weekend." It's good. It's good to feel like, I mean, you have to respect yourself and you have to be proud of yourself when you're doing things. But likewise, being around the community that acknowledges what you're doing, and likewise you might acknowledge those, them is powerful and useful. I'm just mindful. I think the camera froze for a second there. So community support, powerful things. Lets people share their experience, get advice from people who've done things that maybe they're looking to do, or likewise, that person can give advice, can help you to stay motivated, it can pull you through in hard times. Celebrating milestones or successes is good, and whilst it's, I mean, you should celebrate yourself and give yourself rewards. And I don't just mean rewards in the food, in the case of food and drink, but you can come up with all different rewards. But it's likewise powerful to be celebrating with other people when you achieve things, and those people say, well done, you've done that, that's brilliant. And community gives all those things. Right, actionable tips for success. So if you want to, we talked about accountability in a fitness coach. How can you maximize or having a coach? Well, if you've got one, setting clear and achievable fitness goals is absolutely key. And whilst your coach will help and guide you on this, it's down to you to set your goal. And what I mean by that is, a goal is something that either pushes us or pulls us to it. By push, it might be, I need to change. I need to change my ways in terms of health and fitness. I've got health problems. I'm worried about having a heart attack, or I'm overweight and I'm worried about diabetes, and or lots of different things. They're sort of push goals. You're being pushed really, and it's like, if I don't do this, these things will happen. So push. Pull goals are different. It's like thinking of, if I achieve this, then wow, I'll have the energy, I'll have this, I'll be on holiday and feel great, and it'll help me in my job and that. And all these things can pull you towards a goal, but they've got to be relevant to you. Your coach, like I say, can guide you in these, but for it to be a powerful goal, it has to come from you. Either what pulls you, what pushes you, or a combination of both. Some people work best with push goals. I have to do this. If I don't do this, other people work best with, this is going to be amazing. Once I get to here, I'll be able to get an own wardrobe, and I'll have all this stuff, and I'm going to feel great. I'm going to look great. I'm going to be full of energy. Whatever works for you, that is what your goal needs to be worked around. Like I say, that the coach can help you, but make it come from you. And likewise, though, your coach, if you come up with a goal which is literally not realistic or just not feasible, your coach needs to step in there and advise you on that. So it says, for example, someone says, oh, I want to lose 5 stone in a month, and I want to get this, and this. The coach should say, well, unless we're going to cut your arm off or whatever, it's not going to happen in that short time. And if we could make it happen, it wouldn't be a healthy thing to do. But we can do it in this time, and we can do it by doing this. That's what a coach should do. Again, when you're working with a fitness coach, it's important you have check-ins. And like I say, I'm an online coach. I do online coaching with people, and not just in the UK, but around the world. I have different forms because I have different programs and different levels of package. But my clients can message me through my app or website. There's like a WhatsApp messenger in there. And then I have other levels of programs where we have coaching calls, usually video calls, and we go into depth. And these calls can take as long as they take. But check-ins are important, whether just say a message or actually a call or in person. You need to have them regularly with a coach, because if you don't, how does the coach know what you're doing? And likewise, if a client just feels like they're being left on their own, that's not a good thing. Again, if you've got a fitness community, and that's something we have with Gym World PT, and we're actually, our website is getting changed now to have the community section in there. That's going to be a big part of the future of Gym World PT, having that fitness community in there where people can help and support each other, in addition to having their coaches, the programs and everything else. Having that is great, but you have to engage in it. There's no point being in a fitness community that you don't show up in. And some people, like I said, might just want to watch a lot of the time, see what's going on, they're reading things, that's not a problem. But if you're not going in there at all, then the power of it disappears. And again, I mentioned this before, rewarding yourself for hitting milestones is important. And a lot of people pull the face that, and I probably would have done years ago. Reward, but it's important from a mindset point of view. There's so many negative things in life, and there's so many times people will try and put you down, and likewise, probably try and put yourself down in your head. You're fighting that, saying, "Oh, I should have done that better. I should have done this better. I should have done this." When you do achieve things, and even if they might seem quite small, celebrate them and have them things in place and milestones. It might be, I've got to this and I said I was going to do 3 workouts a week, and I've done that for a month now and I've not missed one. Wow. And then month's gone. That's a milestone hit. Brilliant. Tick. I'm going to go and get that handbag I wanted, or I'm going to get that new watch I wanted, or whatever. Put something in place, milestones, and reward yourself or celebrate them at least. All important things. Right, as usual, I've talked too long. Oh, last thing. We've talked about fitness coaches, and remember, your fitness coach isn't a sergeant major. He isn't your teacher at school, he or she, not your teachers. They are your coach, and they are there to support, help you, challenge you, hold you to account, and push and pull where needed. But it's not just about shouting and criticizing that. Any coach who's doing that, unless there's a very certain individuals possibly need or even like that sort of thing. But in the main, people who have coaches need someone who's just going to adjust with them. They're going to support them. They're going to hold them to account. They're going to change things and progress things and challenge them where they need, but do it in a way that is beneficial for the person, but a friendly and supportive and kind way is the way I find us works for 99.9% of people. Because fitness should be fun. It should be, and it can be. It doesn't have to seem like a chore. Sometimes you might not want to do it, but that's about routine or habit. But it should be seen as something that's there to benefit you and be as fun as possible. And a good coach will put you there and help you feel that way. A bad coach will make you dread it, and usually will see you giving up. Right, so Gym World PT. I've talked about fitness coaching, I've talked about accountability, I've talked about community. I am a PT. Like I say, I previously did a lot of one-to-one. Now I just coach people online. not just in the UK, but around the world. And I coach people specific to their goals. So it's not just all about weight loss. It's not all about muscle build. It's whatever their goals are. So I meet the person at their experience level, their goals, their schedule, everything works around them. And what we do is we create realistic and sustainable plans. We have a holistic approach always. And what I mean by that is a lot of people's goals, for example, I want to lose weight. There's lots of ways to lose weight. Some are healthy, some not so healthy. We will always work towards the person's goal, but we'll do it in a healthy, realistic way. We'll not sacrifice health. Even if the person says, I'm not bothered about being healthy, not bothered about being, trust me, in later life or down the line, they'll say, I wish I'd done it in a healthy way. And that is our total approach. We will never do stuff that is unhealthy, puts the person at risk. We'll get them to the goals, but in a healthy way. And we do it evidence-based. We don't do fads. We don't do the latest gimmick that's out there. We do it on proven evidence-based, not just in nutrition, but workouts. We're inclusive, we're flexible. Again, we work to the individual. If that person says, I can only work out twice a week, we'd come up with a plan that does it to that. That's what we do. We give coaching, we give support, we give the accountability and the guidance, and we scale it and mold it completely to the individual. And like I say, we're a no fad zone. We do not do fads. These are some of the results. I've got thousands there. If you go on to Google reviews for Jim Wolf PT, or you go on LinkedIn or other social medias, you'll see reviews galore. I've put some on there. Some are body transformation, but like I say, my clients have all different goals. Some it's energy, some it's weight loss, some it's muscle build, some it's just to feel better. And a lot of my clients, it's a private journey. They do not want to share it. They just want to achieve it. Nobody knows except for them, the family, and me. And they're great. They're great too, because ultimately fitness is about how you feel and how it makes you feel. And feeling fit and healthy is a brilliant feeling. So there's more. And again, how can you join Jim Wolf PT, or what steps can you take? So you could obviously, you probably are already following me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, even Pinterest. So just go for the at Jim Wolf PT and you'll find me. You can visit my website, jimwolfpt.com, which is still under construction. Those who have followed me, it's taken a while, but trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. But there's a holding page there. The reason the website's taking so long is there's a lot going into it, and we are building a community into that website. So it's not just a sales site. It will have so many functions in it. It's taking a long time, but it's exciting. You can book a personal call with me. If you go into most of my bios or the website when it's up, there'll be a link to book a call for me. That's a complimentary call where we'll discuss your health and fitness. I'll give you actionable things you can take away. Obviously, if you want to talk about programs, we can do that. If not, you just take the actionable stuff and you put them in place yourself. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out every Sunday at 10:30. It's called the Sunday 5. It's literally a 5-minute read or less. Just goes straight to the point on health and fitness. There's nothing else in there except health and fitness. Put some good stuff, resources, tips, advice, 5-minute read max. Brilliant. Or you can email me on ian@jimwolfpt, or like I say, if you're on social media, send me a DM, send me a hi, a thumbs up, whatever, and we can have a chat. So thank you for listening to me as usual. I've gone on a little bit longer than I expected. I was going to do half an hour and it's 40 minutes already. But if any questions, please put them in the comments, or better still, DM me and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks again for listening today, and I hope you have a great Wednesday. See you later.